Hello all, this is the Astrofiend, back with podcast 9, and today, or tonight, or whatever, I'm going to be talking about struggles with authenticity in your natal chart, love-hate relationships with your natal chart, Jupiter and Scorpio success, and much more. P.S. I recorded a podcast over a week ago, and it still hasn't been uploaded yet. Podcast 8. So yeah. Anyway, Jupiter and Scorpio, and to a much greater extent, Jupiter, well, not Scorpio season has been good to me so far. We're still in the thick of it, but yeah, like I can already see like the abundance and the success and just like the blessings of like Jupiter and Scorpio. And I'm not saying that it's been perfect or anything like that, but it has completely sucked. And I'm just grateful. Grateful for all the blessings, for all the opportunities and stuff like that. And yeah, just want to throw in that little side note about Jupiter and Scorpio. Okay, on to the semi-main topic. Okay, I was watching an old Joe Bunyan, or Button, however you pronounce his name, podcast, the one with Charlemagne the God. And I was just thinking, wow, like Charlemagne the God is just like being his authentic self. His problematic, unpolitically like correct, like problematic, but interesting and just authentic self. And I did a podcast about him, and I'm just like thinking about his like natal chart and just how like it fits him and what he wants to do. Like Charlemagne, like the God, is Cancer Sun, a Capricorn Moon. He has Venus in like Gemini. I actually written a blog post on him because he's just like so interesting. Because like I've met like Capricorn, I've met Cancer suns and like Capricorn moons before, and they're different because I've known like two like Cancer suns and Capricorn moons, and like even though they're way different from each other, they do have like similarities in some ways in regards to like Charlemagne God. So just listening to him, listening to his knowledge and stuff like that, it's just like really like interesting to me. And while like listening to the podcast before my phone died, because like at this point I have like literally like 3 phones. One of them's not mine, but I have 3 phones. Like typically I have 2 phones, but now I have 3 phones. But yeah, just like listening to like the podcast, just listening to his like passion and his knowledge about pop and hip hop culture. I was just like thinking, he is so authentic. Why can't I be like, as authentic as him? And I'm speaking from I don't know him. I am not a fan or anything like that. Like, I'm just like interested in like him and his personality and like his like road to like his success. Because I don't know, for the past year and a half, I've just been like looking at people's like success and like trying to like figure out like how I can be successful and what I need to do to be successful, but at the same time be authentic. And that's what I'm struggling with now, authenticity. I'm just like trying to like figure like myself out and like figure myself out in regards to like the world and my place in this world and all that other crap, all that earthly crap. But yeah, I'm just I don't know. I said in previous podcasts, it's like we, not just like people that are interested in astrology or anything like that, But I think as humans, we are naturally drawn to people that have like strong opinions, strong personalities that are very like polarizing. And like I see that like with like Charlemagne the God and like other people that are just like I don't say anything like that because as I said before, I'm not a fan or anything like that. I don't believe in being a fan of anything. The only thing you're a fan of is yourself and God. And maybe like your family and friends. But that's about it. But yeah, like just drawn to like strong like personalities, like polarizing personalities, aka our current president, aka this, aka that, aka Cardi B. Like, come on now, let's be real. And it's just like interesting because there's like this juxtaposition between what I'm talking about in the US, by the way. Maybe it's like that in different countries, but I don't have that experience, so I can't speak on it. But just like what's going on like in the US, in the cultural, like political like climate. How there's a juxtaposition between being politically correct and try to encompass and like be supportive of different people's journeys and politics and all that other like Pluto and Libra shit to Virgo shit to people with strong personalities that just like say, hey, fuck political correctness. I'm gonna be myself. I don't fucking care. Like it's very like interesting and it's very like strange. And I guess that's where I'm at now. Because as I said before, I struggle with authenticity. But it's a bit different because like I have to bring in my natal chart and like astrology because you know this is an astrology podcast if you haven't yet realized this. But yeah, like as before, I like struggle with like authenticity. Like, by the way, this is not me like saying, hey, I'm dishonest or anything like that. Like with the people I'm close to, like I keep it all the way 100. Like I'm real, I'm honest. Like if I don't like you, I don't like you, that sort of thing. But like in terms of like, you know, I don't know, putting myself out there to like the world. Like I don't know how to show myself to others. I guess I can appear like guarded and cold and like Sagittarian and all that other crap. But like it's I don't know because there's like this like Japanese like proverb saying I don't know. I learned this in college and like I've forgotten kind of like the main like thing, but well the main details. It was pretty much that we like as humans we have three faces. The one we show to the public, the one we show to our family and friends, and the one that we keep in like to ourselves, like three faces. And I somewhat agree with that. And in astrology, like we see that the first house, the fourth house, the seventh house, the 10th house, aka the angles. And like I see that like completely like within myself. It's like this weird like juxtaposition that I'm still trying to navigate and still trying to like figure out. Because I mentioned this before, but I have like Leo rising. My fourth house is in Scorpio, which explains a lot. My seventh house is in Aquarius, which is also my descendant. Like my 10th house is in Taurus. And it's just like freaking confusing because I have my fucking like sun in and Mercury in the 8th house, which is like so like I don't know, it's like weird to me and it kind of like brings out like the love and hate like relationship that I have with my chart. And I'm sure a lot of you people like have that with your chart. like stuff that you do not get. And I'm not just stressing this point, but I like struggle with authenticity, because even like doing this, like this podcast, this ghetto ass podcast, by the way, because I'm recording with my second phone, the phone that I had to replace, whatever. But yeah, because as I mentioned before, I'm doing this because first, like, I want to connect to others, share my ideas about astrology, my love for astrology, and just connect with others. And this podcast is kind of hard for me. Like, I am not going to lie. Like, even though I hate, like, I don't really like the Myers-Briggs things, but I'm an INFJ, INFP on like a bad day, but usually INFJ. And like, yeah, I'm introverted. And that's not an excuse, because I'm sorry, but like, not trying to sound cocky or anything, but I have strong placements. It's not a lie. Like, I have strong placements. Sun Aries, Leo Ascendant, Scorpio Moon. Nope. Fuck out of here with that shit. Like, those are just like facts. But at the same time, like, I don't know how to like express myself. Like, express myself in a more public sort of way, if that makes any sense. Like, I express myself better through words, like written words, than in like speech and oral, which is, I guess, what I'm also trying to work on now with this podcast. Because I don't know, like, I want to be accessible in all different mediums, whether it be through speech or through written word. Like, I just want to, like, express my creativity in like all mediums, and be comfortable with all like platforms. Of course, some may be better than others, but at least gotta try. But anyways, yeah, just like struggling with like authenticity. Like, I'm sure that people that are listening, whoever you 1, 2, 3 viewers are, or whoever, like, it's a real thing. And like, does this mean that I'm fake? Like, does this mean that? Because I don't think I am. That's something that's a bit strange with everything that's going on in this like world, especially in terms of like the political, social climate, but also like technology-wise, the thing with like social media. Like, social media is just this weird, fascinating, creepy, like drug thing. It's just like so strange to me, because now more than ever, people are just like, expressing like themselves to the point where it's like causing their self-destruction and causing them to like snitch on themselves. Because I can still tell you like 2 things that are going on that's like popular around the world and stuff like that. One is like the whole like Tyrese thing. If you don't know, there's a singer named Tyrese. He's this R&B singer from like the 90s. He's kind of bat like shit, like crazy. And I'm saying this in the nicest way possible. But like the other day, he was like crying on like social media. I guess because he's going through this like custody struggle, and he's saying how he's broke, and he has this beef with like The Rock and stuff like that. And I'm just like thinking, like, you're putting all of this out there on social media. Like, that's not like the best platform for you, and it doesn't make you look good. But technically, we all, well, not to that extent, but we all done things that are kind of like, I guess, would you consider like what he did? And I guess we're all kind of like hypocritical in that way. Like in the past, I don't know, 10 years, 8 years, with MySpace and all these earlier social media platforms, like, haven't we, like, especially younger generations, the people that are like under the age of 30, like 30 and under, we've all like create posts when we're sad or when we're angry or happy and stuff like that. And like it's not as extreme as like Tyrese, but we've all done stuff like that. Where oh, my grandmother died, my grandpa died, my mother died, my father died, and I'm feeling sad, so I'm just gonna post. Like it's kind of like a natural thing, and it's part of our social like consciousness. Just like putting it out there. Which is just so strange to me because I remember there was a time when the internet like was like this scary thing. Oh, don't use your real name on the internet. So put a picture up. Don't talk to strangers. Don't be going to chat rooms. And it's just how crazy how like it's like, and we like did a 180 as like culture and society. Like we have our banking information online, all this other app, and it just like amazes me. But the other like I guess story is about that girl from the University of Hartford and her like crazy ass roommate that just did a bunch of crazy ass shit. Like it's just it's just ridiculous. How like the girl like okay, pretty much the situation is there's this two I guess students from like the University of Hartford. One of them's black, one of them's like white. And I guess like the white girl, like they were having like roommate issues or whatever, and the white girl was like harassing like the black girl. She was like putting like head dip in her lotion, like just like violating like someone's like personal like property, like sparing like period blood or like bags, just nasty like disgusting like ratchet shit. And like the girl who was the victim and that like was put in that situation, like she spoke out about it. And the reason why she learned all those things because the white girl, like the roommate, like she like snitched on herself online. Like she boastfully like just like, you know, snitched on herself saying, hey, finally kicked out my roommate, just talking shit online. And like that's just like amazing to me. As I said before, how like social media, I don't know, like it's changing cultures, changing society. And I just find that like extremely like interesting. Because I even see it with myself. I guess like before I was like okay, like just you know, being the wallflower, being the sun in the eighth house person, like just like doing my own thing, not really like needing to be out there. And I would say a part of that was insecurity, but it was also because like I'm really like not that person. Like I may have a Leo ascendant, and I may love taking selfies. I can't help myself, and sorry, even when I'm looking bummy and I have like no like makeup on or anything like that. I don't even wear makeup like that. But even when I'm looking bummy, like sometimes I'll be taking selfies and like keeping them. But which I'll talk about some other time. But it's just amazing to me. Like how like society just like also like the different energies. Like I'm wondering, is this like a Neptune and like Pisces thing? Is this like I don't know. Like I have to like think about this some more. But yeah, it's strange to me. And I guess like in this Scorpio season, we're being like self-reflective. We being myself, but I guess I'm talking about myself in multiple like as multiple persons. But yeah, like it's just strange to me because I guess with everything now, like there's not that much face to face, like actual like socializing going on. Everything is done through text, through typing, emails, Facebook, and all that other crap. And I guess since that's the new norm, that's the only way to like get our message out there and to like say, hey, I, I'm here, I matter, da 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 da. Yeah, to bring it all the way back to like, I guess one of my main topics, it's just like authenticity. Authenticity. Like, how? Why? Like, what does that even mean? Like, what's authentic to like you? And as I said, my viewpoints from astrology perspective, and like I don't know, like, cause who's real, who's fake? It's a type of shit. Alright, if you're real and you know it, clap your hands. If you're real and you know it, clap. You know that's supposed to be a song. But yeah, like it's just so strange to me. I'm just feeling like a Pisces, like is it Neptune in Pisces? Something's in Pisces. Pluto's in Capricorn now, and Neptune's in Pisces. Like, is it like the Neptune and Pisces energy that's like just like fucking with everyone? Is it that? Because like, if you know anything about Neptune, Neptune's like the planet like higher like beliefs. It's like higher like I guess it's considered a higher octave than Venus. Or is it Jupiter? I'm just confused. Like FYI, like long I guess not a long day of work, but just like you know like when you work and when you come home, you just wanna chill. You don't wanna think, you don't wanna do nothing, you just wanna be like watching videos and watching movies and just chilling. That's where my mind is at. My mind is at chill, but I also felt like compelling need to just like, do this podcast and just like get like I guess my ideas and thoughts and whatever is out there in the public because that's where we are now in the interwebs. But I'm just like wondering about the energy. Because I never realized this. Energy is like extremely important. Like, I never got it before, but I'm starting to get it now. And like, I always knew energy was important, but it just never compute. You know what I mean? You know, like when you know something and you always knew it, but you didn't actually know it because you weren't really paying attention to it. Okay, that sounds like some Russian egg type shit that I'm just speaking on. Whatever the case. But yeah. Because, like, even with authenticity, like, I'm sure a lot of you, like, there's just some weird juxtapositions, like, things going on, like, in your natal chart as I see in mine. Like, as I said before, like, I don't consider myself fake or anything like that. I consider myself real. Like, I'm real. For the most part, I'm honest. I know in, like, certain situations, like work and, like, more formal places, you gotta, like, not like stir the pot, not like, be ratchet, you know what I mean? You don't like go to work twerking and cursing and like treating everybody like your friend. Like, you just don't do that. Like, certain things you just don't do in public, even if it may like feel a little bit inauthentic to you, because that's just the way it is. Like, the public domain, that's like Venus. That's like the Venus, even Saturn. Because in astrology, like the 10th house, which is like the most public placement in the house system in natal chart, like the 10th house, the MC, the midheaven, like it's in Capricorn. And if you know anything about Capricorn, Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. And Saturn's about all the serious things, like taxes, debt, responsibilities, all that serious, like sad, boring, like crap that we have to deal with as human beings on this humanly realm. But yeah, like, even Saturn, like, the public is a Venus, Saturn, Capricorn, like, type of thing. And as I said before, there's a lot of juxtapositions in like my natal chart, because Sun conjunct Mercury in the 8th house. The 8th house is in Pisces. Just playing. Shout out to all the people with the Pisces in the 8th house. But yeah, and as mentioned before several times, like, I consider myself Plutonian and Sagittarian. And like, if you know anything about these, like, I guess, titles or whatever you want to call them, it's that, like, it's very serious. Like, I am a very serious, like, person for the most part. Well, especially like to the public too. I'm very serious, unless like you're my friend or like my family, but especially if you're my friends, because I would talk about some like crazy funny shit, and it's just like, be what it is. But yeah, it's just like, even like with like my natal chart, it's like very like, it's not confusing, but it sometimes it is, because okay, when I first got into astrology, I was in high school. When I first like learned about astrology, I was like solely focused on like the sun signs. I was like, ooh, what's your sign? What's your sign? Oh, that's interesting. I'm trying to figure out your sign. Oh, you're this sign? Oh, that's why you're acting like this. Blah, 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 blah. And when I really got into like my natal chart, the thing that like was very like interesting and caught my eye was like, not my Scorpio moon, that was like college, but like my Venus in Pisces. It was like, oh my gosh, I'm in Aries, but I have freaking Venus in like fucking Pisces. Like, really? Like, really? I'm like, that's like kind of what clicked, and that like really wanted me, that really like made me want to like look into astrology more, was like finding out that I had like a Venus in Pisces, which I thought was so interesting. Venus in Pisces, that makes so much sense. I like read the descriptions. I was like, yeah, that's me, kind of. Like, not 100%, because it was 100% in mine. But yeah, that's me, like, kind of. Yeah, I understand that completely. And like, I guess like during that time, like, in a lot of ways I was like very like Venus and Pisces, like, and I still am, by the way, but like, I would say much more then, but I don't know how to describe it, because even now, like, Venus and Pisces, and it's like not even funny. I don't know how to like describe it, but it makes sense to me. Like it caught my interest, and yeah, like Venus and Pisces, and not only that, but like Venus in the seventh house. I also have Mars in the seventh house, which is very like revealing. Because you do want harmony. Unless you're like a bitch, then you could kiss my ass. But yeah, like I do like harmony. And certain like I guess situations like growing up and in my life like kinda like it's like a mode switch from like the raw like fiery energy of like my Aries and like Leo ascendant to like, you know, I kinda like shifted from like my fire energy to like the wood energy. Like first like early years of my life I was like rah. I was like in your face. Like not in your face, but like, you know, bold, confident, all that other crap. And then like when I started getting older, up until like now sometimes, it's like the water energy like has taken over. Which I find so strange. Random, but if you know anything about astrology, there is something in astrology, certain periods of your life where you represent a planet. Like I believe the sun is from childhood age, and then you transition to your Venus age, and that's until like 25. It's like different transitions, but it corresponds to different planets. And like middle age is like when that's your Saturn. I'll explain it better some other time. But there's different like random, but there's this I guess astrology blogger, astrologer, Magi, I believe. But Magi. He has like this theory where women they enter into this Cinderella, I guess phase. I forgot exactly how he calls it. But it's this period in your life where pretty much your Venus. It's a period in your life where you can find like your soulmate, and there's all these asteroids and like I have to do more research on it, and I feel I'll explain it better through writing than through like oral stuff. But it's very interesting. I don't know if I agree with it because I have to do more research on it, but it's interesting. How like we're more like our Venus during a certain time in our life. Women, by the way. Does it apply to men? I don't know. But we're more like our Venus. So we act, and I could kind of like get it. We kind of like understand it. Because in some ways, and you know what, it's not all the time, but in some ways, like, I feel like I'm more of my Venus and my moon and like sometimes my Mars than like the sun, which is so freaking annoying because like Aries is like the first sign and like Pisces is like the last sign of the zodiac. And it's like a big contrast like between them. Like Aries is about the self, and like Pisces is pretty much the disillusion of yourself. Because at this point, like you're pretty much dead. I know that sounds a bit weird, but you're pretty much dead. Like once you reach like your Pisces phase, like you're trying to transition out of this world into the next world. And like with both like energies like in me, like birth to death. That's pretty much what it is. So throughout my day I'm just transitioning from birth to death, birth to death, birth to death. And that is so freaking annoying. Yeah, I know that's a bit weird, but yeah, and I guess like move on a little bit, but we all have like love-hate relationships in our natal charts. I know with me, like I have Moon trine Venus, and my Venus is in Pisces, and my Moon is in Scorpio. And sometimes that's a bit annoying too, because in my opinion, trines in astrology, they're like best friends, but they're like best friends to the point where sometimes it's like enabling like the not so great qualities of like your chart. And let me explain. As you know, I was watching this YouTuber on that does like astrology videos, and like this person brought a great point about like Pisces, like they know how to protect themselves, and this applies I think to Neptunes too. And I do see like truth in that, because you know like Pisces is between two worlds, like at all times, and one foot in this world and the other foot in the other world. And in regards to like my moon and my Venus, like sometimes I don't know, like this sounds so strange saying this out loud, but sometimes I feel like my moon tries to protect my Venus. Yeah, I know that's a bit weird and out there. But yeah, like my moon like tries to like protect like my Venus. Cause you know like even and also like with like my moon is so annoyed like with my Venus. It's like, girl, what the fuck are you doing right now? Why the fuck are you bearing your soul to fucking internet and to fucking strangers? Like, get your life, bitch. And like my Aries, like sun is like, yeah, fuck that shit. You can't show your weakness. And by the way, emotions and like your thoughts and your feelings, they're not weaknesses. But that's how like my moon and like my sun is. It's like, nope, nope, none of that shit. None of that shit. Bitch, you better stop that shit. And that's pretty much how it is. And like my Mars in Aquarius is just like, oh, these idiots. All of them are fucking idiots. Let me just be detached and let me just like stay away from everyone and just like do my own thing. I'm like, fuck all y'all. Y'all are stupid. Y'all are intellectually inferior to me. Okay, yeah, I'm just going off on a tangent. But yeah, like, and that's like that love-hate relationship with your natal chart. Because not only do you have a relationship with your natal chart, but your natal chart has a relationship with your natal chart. Like planets, they have relationships with others. That's called aspects. But yeah, you also have to like understand like your chart, which is so strange to me because with life and the older you get comes experiences. And I don't know if you can honestly, fully and truly understand like your natal chart or anything in this world. And yeah, here I go in my Venus in Pisces, Mercury in the 8th house Pisces mode on my philosophical shit. But it's the truth. Like, all the stuff that we're doing, like, okay, now I'm dipping into existentialism. which I don't want to do at all. That's like a can of worms I do not want to open. Not today. Not today, Astrofiend. But you can't really fully understand something. It's just like not possible. It's not possible in this realm, in this time, maybe even in this age. Like, it's just not possible. And I guess that's frustrating. And that kind of goes back to like the authenticity thing. Like, I'm way different when I was like a year ago, or even like a fucking week ago. And I'm not saying old. It's like it's not even like drastic changes. Well, a year from where I was now, like that's a drastic change. But I'm just saying in general, it's like very stubble. Like, you don't like see it until you see it. It's like a car at a distance that's driving very slowly. You don't see it, then it gets closer and closer, and then you see it, but then at some point it passes you by, and then you're just like, what the fuck? Okay, yeah, too philosophical. I'm just talking in circles now. But yeah, like, just like the right like juxtapositions in like natal charts and in astrology and all other crap. Ransom, but this is why I'm kind of one of the reasons why I'm kind of hesitant about like putting out astrology content that's less personal and more impersonal, like on like the teaching like realm. I'm kind of like I'm kind of hesitant about all of that because I don't know how to describe it, but I'm kind of hesitant about that because it's not going to apply to everyone, and it may not be like what I want it to be. Like I may change my mind, and not like drastic as I keep saying. Like change, it happens so like gradually. Like you don't see it until like you see it. I know that's weird and like whatever, but you don't see it until you see it, and then you can't unsee it. Okay, yeah, this is fucking. But yeah, I don't even know how to end this. But yeah, philosophical. Wait, is Mercury in Scorpio now? I think it is. Yeah, or not. I know the full moon is coming up. But yeah. And even like right now, like just like I guess one like big final point in terms of like authenticity. Like even now, like maybe I'm just at a stage where I'm just like still questioning everything and just still trying to figure things out. Because even like with like what I was saying before about watching like the Joe Bunyan, am I fucking saying is it Joe Button or Joe Bunyan? I call him Joe Bunyan, but I don't think that's how you say his name. He's like this rapper dude. But yeah, like even like podcasts with like Charlemagne the God, like these people are like older, like way older than me. So maybe like with authenticity comes like, I guess, like time and experience, which is so fucking annoying because I just want it now. Like, that's like the Aries in me. I just want to have what I need to have and what I want to have, like, now. And this is not to say that I don't appreciate the lessons and the experiences and all that. But as I said before, I'm Plutonian and Sagittarian. Like, no, I'm serious. Like, no. Like, I want to learn my lessons so I can move on and be able to, like, control, like, the situation and be able to, like, use it to, like, my advantage. I know that's fucking weird, but, like, I'm sorry about this, I guess, self-censoring myself, because FYI, this is not me, like, being, like, I guess, unsure about, but maybe a bit of it is, but as I said before, I'm trying to still figure things out, and this is not, like, a process that's going to, like, end. This is an ongoing process, and I'll still be figuring things out, even when I pass on to, like, the next realm. Like, I'll just be sitting in my deathbed, like, what? Now my son in the ICOG means what to me? Huh? Let me think about what that bitch did to me 50 years ago, 60 years ago, whatever years ago. Like, I'm still gonna be thinking about things. Okay, I'm just being confusing now. Please. Yeah. There's no moral, there's no, like, conclusion. This is just an ongoing, introspective, reflective, blah 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 thoughts. But yeah, I guess I'm finished being unfinished, finished. Anyways, check out my blog and my previous podcast that I have yet to post. Thank you. Peace out. Ew.